Hello, my name is Karen, and I'm messaging you today due to a new trend going around referring to a demeaning term used to degrade middle-aged white women. Now, I've looked at your group, and I've observed the posts you made on the page, and frankly, they are quite demeaning. Now, why I don't understand the exact point of calling people Karen and feeling the need to think we're all a certain way and we complain about everything, because we don't. I've noticed there are over 20,000 people in this group called No Karen, and this page called Karen the Manager, which content is equally offensive. Now, I've reported it as harassment as a whole to Facebook and left them my input and forwarded them Twitter posts where someone finally got tired of it and said, enough is enough. You know, you younger generations, you think it's so funny to come up with your trashy puns. Well, this trend needs to end. So I'm asking you to change the topic of your group and your name. Otherwise, I'm going to have to take action in court of law and have it taken down and your content removed as it can be construed as racist. I will be asking my daughter to leave the group as it is highly disrespectful when I try to tell her something and all she can say to me is, okay, Karen. It's really frustrating. Have a nice day. Oh, and welcome to Social Media Meltdowns.
I've had a real bad day. So much I want to say. I'll type away and rant until my fingers can't. It's Social Media Meltdowns.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy Dwayne Perkins. What I want to share with you, I don't know if it's a rant. I mean, it's somewhat of a rant. It's an email exchange that I had with me and a guy who was on my emailing list. Let's call him Peter. I don't send out that many emails. At my busiest, most kick-ass, taking names, getting it done, I probably send out one a month. So with that said, I sent an email out, something like, I'm coming to Indiana to do a show, or thanks for a great time in Utah, something to that effect. And Peter emailed me back, stop emailing me. I responded, I will take you off the list. You can also unsubscribe. If I have your email, it's because someone gave it to me. And you know what I did right after that? Like, as soon as I hit send, I went to my email service and I unsubscribed them. I took them off my list. But Peter chimed back. Or should I say, Peter clapped back. I already tried to unsubscribe. Take me off the list. I don't care who you got my email from. I don't want to see another email from you. At this point, you're off my email list. At this point, you're no longer on my email list. So now I'm renting space in your head for free, player. But me being a comedian, I decided to email Peter back. I said I would. It just seems like you are the type of guy who wants the last word. Stop emailing me. I'm not sure if you see what happened there, but the hunter has become the hunted. So he responded. And again, yet another email from you. This is a business account. Please respect that. Thank you again. Now, at this point, I was inclined to send him another 26 emails. Me being a comedian and all. But I didn't. I let him have the last word, which he definitely needed. I didn't because, honestly, I felt it was going in that direction where I was worried for my life. I was worried for the well-being of people around him. I didn't want to be the person that sent him off the edge and he hits someone. I'm not saying he's that kind of guy. I don't know him. I still send him Christmas cards, though. Now, the 200 different groups that I put his email in and signed him up for, that's not on me.
Hi, I'm Renee Gautier, and I'm here to give you a hard-hitting Yelp review about a strip club in Vegas from what I can guess is a white-ass woman in Ohio. That's just my guess. That's how I feel about it. I wanted to pick Yelp reviews about strip clubs because I love that women are mostly the ones who've reviewed the strip clubs, and that they are the only ones who would take the time to be like, look at this linen. Wait till Yelp hears about this. So I'm going to cut right to the chase. This is titled Hot Wax on the Dingaling. Couldn't even say penis. She had to say dingaling. And here we go. Cutting right to when they get there, guys. We went inside, and my friend Carrie, calls her right out, started calling the driver on her phone because there was no reception. We couldn't get a hold of him to pick us up right away. Well, we sat down and watched a young black man, 20s, maybe 30s, butt naked, working for his dollar. His dingaling was all out, and I'm pretty sure all eyes were on that. There were only a handful of ladies in the place. They seemed like they frequent the place. The butt-naked man, we get it, he's naked, proceeded to gyrate his dingaling in women's faces. And then he took a candle, you're not going to believe this, he took a candle and dripped wax down his body. Wax ran down his chest to his stomach and then down to his bobbing manhood. Where are our pearls, everybody? Me and Joy, calls out another friend, looked at each other like, we need to leave. Carrie was walking around the bar still trying to get reception. And our other friend, we won't name names apparently, was just fine watching, LOL. This has to be the most unfun woman that's ever gone to Vegas. And I guarantee you they were drunk on Chardonnay after a Penn and Teller review. Bottom line, I'm only calling my next boyfriend's penis tingling.
Hey gang, this is Matt Yee of Matt Yee's Happy Hour and Matt Yee's Outrageous Adult Sing-Along shows on YouTube and also Facebook.com/Matt Yee Fan Club. I'm going to be doing this rant from Ireland because I am Irish by injection. I'm so freaking furious that idiotic American tourists are coming to my country, bringing coronavirus to my country. I'm Irish. I've been cocooning for 4 months. I barely left my home, and neither has my family. Our numbers went right down. Things were going very well. It felt safe to at least go to the shops more than twice a month because things were under control. And now a whole freaking plane of American tourists arrived in Ireland from places that are a freaking mess like Texas. They are trying to stay in hotels. They're trying to book restaurants. Many admitted that they don't even bother to quarantine once they've arrived. I've locked myself in my house for 4 months, and next week I have to drive my dad to the nearest city to have a hospital scan because he has heart disease. Restaurants and hotels in the city have reported a spike in predominantly American tourists, and many places are refusing to serve them. We don't fucking want you here. Stay in your country, even if it's falling apart. It's selfish of you to come to Ireland when you know we're doing so well. Holy fuck, if you really can't go 1 year without a holiday, you're ridiculous. And that goes for everybody, regardless of nationality. I didn't cocoon for 4 months, just so that Shirley from Colorado could come here and walk straight from the plane to my local restaurant. Play some river dance music and close your eyes and don't come here.
What's up, everybody? Christy Miller here, hashtag strongest female comedian. This review I found online about Airbnb just validates why I think it's creepy. And it goes something like this. My first and last time using Airbnb was a complete and utter nightmare. I had just gotten the role I had been pursuing in my career for 2 years. I flew out to Denver to take my drug test and start work that Monday. Everything was solid. So I decided to stay at an Airbnb thinking it would save me some money. Little did I know that the host claimed to have been, get this, abducted by aliens, on barbiturates and amphetamines, and was also a former meth addict and God only knows what else. She seemed fine in the beginning, but then her stories got weirder and weirder as days passed. I figured I was okay and I'd be gone soon enough. But as for my own idiocy, I accepted a cup of tea from the host. She had assured me it was not weed tea or anything else funky. Because since I had informed her, I was supposed to get tested the next day. I woke up a little fuzzy, thinking it was Denver altitude sickness. Yeah. I went confidently and handed over my urine with not a worry in the world. I then woke up the next morning at 5 a.m. to the host and her boyfriend beating the heck out of each other. And then I was assaulted, trying to stop him from smashing her head into the floor any further. She climbed up on the roof, he ran out, and then the cops came. I'm like, I don't know, maybe she's looking for aliens again. You don't know. Long story short, this was the most psychotic experience of my life. I failed my drug test, I lost my job, and now, get this, I'm part of a criminal investigation. Airbnb has done nothing for me, nor does it seem that they even care. I have other job offers, and I will stay in a homeless shelter until my first check comes in. My entire life has been turned upside down. See, even she would rather sleep in a homeless shelter than in an Airbnb. This is why we can't have nice things.
I couldn't wait to get back to New York from this uncivilized wilderness. It's like bigger Central Park, but with bears. No Starbucks within 100 miles around. No street side falafel stands. The park ranger said something about the bears tragically ending that experiment. They don't let you swim in the spa pools. You can throw your trash on the street like in New York City. There's nowhere to get a pastrami and rye at 2 a.m. It's worse than Hoboken. My buddy scheduled us to stay at the Madison campground, which I assume was sister property of Madison Hotel across from Grand Central Station. Boy, was I surprised. We had to sleep in tents with no housekeeping and the racket out in the open. The only thing that reminded me of New York was the rotten egg stench of the steam vents, the crowds at Old Faithful, the snack bar prices, and the government workers just standing around doing nothing, and the overwhelming presence of Asian and European tourists. This made me truly appreciate living in the greatest city in the world, New York City. Next time I want to see wildlife, I just go to New Jersey.
Thanks again for watching Social Media Meltdowns. Don't forget to subscribe and like us on YouTube. And you can also follow us on Instagram at Social Media Meltdowns. If you're feeling generous, just click on that little Patreon link below and you can send money to the performers and producers who work hard to put this show together. Speaking of generous contributions, we thank you, Richie Weldon, for yours. So sweet of you. And also, special shout out to SDLGTBN.com and SDPix.com. Ooh, that tasted funny. You know what? I'm going to write a letter to the manager.
I've had a real bad day, so much I want to say. I'll type away and rant until my fingers can't. It's Social Media Meltdowns.